for that. It is great to see so many longtime supporters of our local United Way, and newcomers as well, and emerging leaders, kind of a new flavor for this event this year. Just so great to have all of you come out to be part of this event. And it is always at this time that I always like to start by doing a reflection of our humble beginnings. And our beginnings started in September 1936. In the wake of the Great Depression, a group of committed and compassionate men and women came together to form our local United Way. We had a United Way of Barton, and a United Way of West Bend, and a United Way of Kewaskum and Hartford, and now we're the United Way of Washington County. But it is this group of committed and compassionate individuals that really has made up this organization. And again, it's amazing that every single year, you outdo yourselves and just couldn't make this United Way possible without that continued compassion and commitment to helping others. You have been our champions for those that are less fortunate, and our history repeats itself over and over again. And our history has showcased that we have a very strong Live United legacy. And you're going to hear a lot about that as we've got a couple awards that we're giving out in a little bit. But with that being said, we have many decades of people in this room, and I want to start with our board of directors, past and current. A great nonprofit would not be possible without a strong board, and we've just had tremendous leadership over the years, and our current board as well. So a round of applause to past and current board members. All right, and before I turn the program over to our 2023 campaign chair team, I'd also like to take a moment to thank our past campaign chairs. And we have many of you with us this evening. Jerry and Nancy Mehring, Charlie and Gaitha Hillman, Tom Hosted, Prudy Pickaway, she's part of the Women in Business here, Kevin Steiner, Dave Ullman and Ralph Schloss is part of the team principals, and Peter Ziegler. And did anyone else sneak in? I hope I didn't miss anybody. Oh, John Trainus, he always, there we go. You're always sneaking in every year. John Trainus as well. So somebody told me that there's a very special, I'm going to go off script here, very special birthday. We have a birthday girl in the house. Yes. I have to do this for you, Nancy. I do. So how about we do a big happy birthday to Nancy Mehring? Can you all join in? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nancy. Happy birthday to you. Love you, Nancy. So our campaign chairs, as you can tell, they're very special to our organization. They are a dedicated team that truly make our impact in this community possible. We would not be able to have the impact and solve problems and help with community issues like mental health, like homelessness, like addiction. We didn't raise the resources, and we need those resources. Our chairs are our lifeline. They're the ones that get it done, and they're the ones that somehow find a way in the end to make it across that finish line with our goal. So I'm so happy at this time to turn the program over to our 2023 campaign chair team. It is a group from the Boys and Girls Club. It's Team Boys and Girls Club Future Leaders. I know they're going to get us across the finish line this year. All right, team 2023, you're up.
Thank you, Kristen. Well, first of all, I want to give my name is Jay Fisher. I'm the Executive Director of the Boys and Girls Club of Washington County, and I've been here for 25 years. And I've worked in Boys and Girls Clubs for 33 years, before that in Milwaukee and Chicago. And so we have a wonderful team that we put together. And I want, first of all, to give a huge, huge thank you to everybody in this room who's helped United Way over the years. So how about a round of applause for all of you who helped us. It is certainly an honor to be asked to chair this year's United Way campaign. I've seen all the names of the past and kind of wondered to myself, what do they want an executive director of a nonprofit to run this for? But anyway, I've seen the names from the past and it's pretty impressive. And again, very huge thank you to all of you who've helped United Way. It's a great opportunity to give back as a long-standing recipient of United Way funding, and we have done that for years. In the spirit of partnership, we are all excited to be part of helping to raise resources for all the United Way agencies this fall. For the past 25 years, I've been honored to be the Executive Director of the Boys and Girls Club here in Washington County. And at Boys and Girls Club, I know firsthand the needs of making sure all nonprofits thrive. We see growing needs at clubs and obviously cannot do it alone. The need in the community, I will tell you, I get to see firsthand every single day with all of the kids that visit the clubs, has never been greater than now. Our Boys and Girls Club board member team is motivated and ambitious to raise more than last year, and we know a high bar was set by the YMCA team last year who did a wonderful, wonderful job. We have a lot of work to do and hope we can count on your support once again, just like we have in previous years. I always say, over the years, people like you make the United Way and Boys and Girls Clubs great. I've always said as a nonprofit leader, you will only go as far as board members and community will take you. I have seen firsthand for the past 25 years how special a place Washington County is. I'd like to introduce my Boys and Girls Club team, co-chairs for the United Way campaign. I really appreciate them saying yes. It's hard enough to raise money for a nonprofit like the Boys and Girls Club, but then to add on United Way to that, it's a lot. And these people stood up and said yes, and I'm very, very appreciative of that. Steve Volkert is, where's Steve? Steve is the city administrator of Hartford, and we're going to try to rattle some cages in Hartford a little bit. Jay Shamble is the city administrator of West Bend. Rob Steiner is the owner of Steiner Electric. Kelly Ty is from West Bend Mutual. And Sarah Sikowski is from Just Spirits and does a wonderful job over the years with the Boys and Girls Club and all that. When you come and have fun at Taste of Washington County, that's her. So thank you again to all of you. Thank you to the team that's about ready to embark on this. And I'm going to introduce Sarah. Come on up.
Thanks, Jay. Like you said, I'm Sarah Shikulski with Jeff Spirits on Main. I'm very excited to be a part of the United Way this year and to find new ways to give back to the community. My parents, Jeff and Lisa, are here tonight, and they have always instilled volunteerism and giving back to the community in any way that you can. Anybody who supports you, you should support them. So this is just one more new way for me to get to support Washington County. The United Way supports over 20 different nonprofits, some that I've known about and have supported over the years, some that I'm just getting to learn about, like Youth and Family Project, or learn more about interfaith caregivers, or Elevate, things that I haven't known are helping in the community right now. Obviously, I've been a part of the Boys and Girls Club board for just over 8 years since I moved back to Wisconsin, and the need for mental health and support for our youth with trauma situations and different situations that they need counseling and additional assistance is shown to be a bigger need than ever right now. And so I'm very excited to be a part of the United Way and to get to find new opportunities and new ways to give back to our youth and provide more focus in the nonprofits in Washington County. So I'm going to pass it off to Jay Shambo here, and he's going to talk a little bit more about our focus.
Kristen already did it, but I'll also welcome you to West Bend, to Regner Park, and to the Beach House. It's a great pleasure to have facilities like this. This park is a crown jewel. I often say it's one of the best in southeastern Wisconsin. I'm biased. I think it is the best park in southeastern Wisconsin. We were able to showcase this facility this past weekend and had a 4-day festival, German Fest, tons of great food, German beer, and fun and fellowship. So thank you all for being here. It's an honor to serve as well as a co-chair for the United Way project. I've been on the United Way board in the past and currently serve on the Boys and Girls Club board of directors. When Jay asked, it was an easy answer to say yes and to help continue to make this mission so great. I was a part of a vision council, and Tom Hosted's here. We co-chaired it together a few years ago. That is a tool that the United Way uses to reset or focus on what the priorities are of the United Way for the next years to come. And not surprisingly, mental health rose to the top. And so the United Way was able to raise additional funds and recreate the Catholic Charities entity here, and also the Youth and Family Project to spend additional dollars on fighting mental health disease and defect and really making a difference. So your funds in the future, this year, for this campaign, we thank you in advance. We thank you all for being here. Those funds will continue to help us fight that mission and all of the other good work that United Way does. So thanks again for being here, and thanks for being a part of the campaign.
Thanks, Jay. Well, as many of you, you remember what this building used to look like, many of you, like me, grew up coming to it. And it took community members coming together to reshape the future of it and to help future generations enjoy it. With over 20 nonprofits that are funded by the United Way, it's going to take a united effort to raise the resources needed. During the pandemic, we lost over 1,000 donors, and that's a lot. Chipping away at this over the last year, we were able to bring back over 700 of them, and it takes a lot of effort from groups like this to make that happen. To keep this positive momentum going, we're focusing on the top strategies of increasing participation and reach, and trying to get to those who are pledging and increasing those pledges, and focusing on new accounts. There are a lot of untapped companies in this area that would definitely be willing to help out, but they just haven't been asked yet. We have many great supporters like you all in this room who have stepped up or pledged to step up in supporting this campaign, and we are very appreciative of the early support. And thank you all, and now I'm going to introduce Steve Volker from the City of Hartford.
This always seems very strange for me when people say Steve Volker from the City of Hartford. Unlike probably most of the people standing up here, I'm actually a true Bender. I'm born and raised 3 blocks from here, right around the corner from Big Steinbach. I learned to swim in this pond behind us. I learned how to drown in the Merring's pool. Nancy Merring can actually tell you the story how she saved my life when I was 6 years old. Jerry keeps saying all you had to do is stand up. It was only 3 feet tall, but that's not the point. 6 years old is very tough. But as the city administrator for Hartford, Wisconsin, by the way, the oldest city in Washington County, formed in 1883, West Bend took till 1885. We also have 7 of the top 20 employers in Washington County: Brown Newtown, Signacast, Quad Graphics, yada, yada, yada. And so we really feel that Hartford it's an untapped territory for us to really get more cooperation from our local businesses. I am very blessed with the fact that I've got an absolutely dream team for my cabinet. For those who don't know what the cabinet are, cabinet is you pick 5 to 7 people in your area and they will reach out and make phone calls. I've got some of the who's who of the United Way, helping me in my cabinet in Hartford, including Tom Hosted, who is a giant in the United Way. To use a biblical phrase, I've said it many times with these individuals, I'm truly not worthy to untie their sandals. These guys really are going to do a great job for the city of Hartford and helping to get more interest in there. You know, one of the reasons, as has been already talked about, the reason that we're up here is because we're on the board of directors of the Boys and Girls Club. The Boys and Girls Club, a couple of years ago, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, was located in one small building in Hartford, and they kept moving from spot to spot as they had more and more kids show up. And then about, I guess, as I said, 4 or 5 years ago, we actually went into the schools, and we started with Lincoln Elementary, and then we added on to Rossman Elementary. This is because the need is so great in Hartford. It's a huge working community, blue-collar community, and the need for Boys and Girls Club has never been greater. Today, over 200 kids are serviced and helped out. And if you think about that, 200 kids, it's really like 200 families that are helped out. Because the mom and dads, if they didn't have the Boys and Girls Club, what would they do? So our thanks to everybody who has helped us out through the United Way, because of that, so many more kids are thriving in the city of Hartford. It's also been great to see the renewal of the Hartford Resource Center, which is at its new location, and the expansion currently taking place in Interfaith Caregivers Health Corner program, also located right across the street from the Hartford Hospital. Again, on behalf of the city of Hartford, as strange as that sounds me to say, I'd like to thank everyone for their support of the United Way and helping all the organizations, the 21 organizations that are helping out the less fortunate in our area. Thank you.
Thanks for the outstanding introduction. Ted, I appreciate it. So, okay, here are his notes. How far off script did he go? That was like 30 minutes? If you work at 8 o'clock Tuesday morning, you're due in 5 minutes? Kristen, I cannot believe you forgot John Torinis, the 1936 campaign chair. God bless you for that, and you forgot him. Nancy Merring for saving his life. I now have a bone to pick with you. But in all seriousness, we're here because of the needs in the county. You've heard the needs talked about by everybody here. The needs continue to grow. And you're all here as a big part of helping us fulfill those needs. The gaps between the haves and the have-nots, they continue to grow. I've always considered this leadership event the unofficial kickoff because we have leaders here. You're all leaders in giving of your time and giving of your talent and giving of your treasure. And for that, we are eternally grateful for all of you for being leaders of this campaign. We are all campaign chair leaders. And why are leaders important? From a financial aspect, leadership giving is defined at gifts of over $1,200 or more. That's gone up a little bit in recent years. But leadership giving makes up 22% of the campaign now. So we need more leadership givers. We recognize that every single dollar counts to get that, help us make our goal. But when you look at the leadership group, that's a small amount of people in this county, and they're making up a big chunk. So my ask of you is this: as you're sitting around at a fish fry on a Friday night or in a bar with your buddies or your girlfriends, just give them a shot to the ribs and say, hey, United Way campaign's going on, consider them, make your gift. Because, you know, without all of you out there grassrooting it for us, I know that's not a word, grassrooting it for us, my wife will correct me later, we're not gonna get there. So we need each and every single one of you to help us make this goal. And again, thank you from the bottom of my heart and from everybody here for being a part and playing a role in our success. So I thank you very much. Oh, and before I forget, West Bend Mutual has agreed to match every single leadership gift, new leadership gift of $1,200 or more. Plus, if you're already a leadership giver, if you increase your gift, West Bend Mutual will match that as well. So your dollars get doubled, they get increased, and that's that. Kristen, back to you, or Dave Ullman. Is Whitey your dad?
He is.
When I was a kid, I had to go to the police department quite a few times and see your dad.
He told me.
Don't hang around with Kelly too.
I got in trouble the one time I mentioned his name. Hey, what a campaign team. Thanks. Let's hear it again for this campaign team. And thank you all, and thanks, Kristen, for bringing us here together. What a great jump start for this year's campaign. And Ralph and I know when we did team principles back in 2019, we know what it takes to get a campaign started and to really keep it going. So I just want to thank you. And just looking around the room, man, what a group of advocates we have here for the United Way and the programming for Washington County and how it impacts so many people. So I just can't thank you enough. And now I'm honored to serve as the board president of the United Way. As I said, I'm Dave Ullman. I work for the West Bend School District, and being a lifelong resident of West Bend, though United Way is near and dear to my heart, I learn more and more as I look back on how the United Way impacted me as a youth and me in my vocation, coming up as an educator, and the kids and the services that it provided for me in the classroom back in the day, and now as in the school building in the district. What makes United Way truly special is the unitedness, that's not a word either, I know that. My wife's not here to correct me though. And the vast supporters that we have and the rich tradition that still drives this organization forward. One of these traditions is the announcement of the annual Nelson Award. The Clifford A. and Elizabeth M. Nelson Volunteer Leadership Award was created to demonstrate an individual in Washington County who has demonstrated community leadership and long-term commitment to volunteering. The award is named in honor of the late Cliff Nelson and his wife Betty, who are known for their outstanding volunteer efforts on behalf of human service, civic, and art organizations. This prestigious award recognizes a lifetime of achievement. Each year, past Nelson Award winners nominate and select a new recipient. Before we announce the new winner, let's have all the previous Nelson recipients that are with us this evening be recognized. Jerry Amon. Chris Klopp. Jerry and Nancy Merring. Charlie and Gaitha Hillman. Nancy Heaps. Tom Hosted. Prudy Pick-Way. Kevin Steiner. Peter Ziegler. At this time, I'd like to ask the two nominators of our award recipients to come forward and announce this year's winner, Prudy Pick-Way and Kevin Steiner.
Hey, Prudy, ladies first.
Thanks, Kevin. Actually, independently, you and I both nominated this year's winner. And we had very similar thoughts, but I can't remember a time since I came back here in the early 90s that our recipient tonight ever said no. No to a request for help, support, actual physical goods. He was always at the forefront and always said yes. I think I put in my write-up, this is an unsung hero of this community who has touched more not-for-profits, probably, than any of us, through the wonderful things he's done. Oh, well, can I tell a little story? Kevin said I had the honor of calling him and letting him know that he had won. So I called him about 11 o'clock in the morning and left a message for him. And the day progressed. It was about 4:35, and I called him back. I said, "How are you doing?" He said, "Well, I'm running late and I haven't returned your phone call." So I said, well, there's something very important that I have to tell you. And that Kevin and I nominated you for the Nelson Award, and you won it unanimously. And please, those of you who are winners, that doesn't always happen. And there was total silence. It's like you dropped the mic. And was really very emotional, which did my heart good. So, do you mind if we would, Jeff, at some point, we'll ask you to come and tell us what you said to me then. But congratulations, Jeff.
Pretty well done. Jeff, you are very, very deserving of this recognition. Thank you personally for being my spiritual leader for the last and many of your spiritual leaders here. Jeff, it's so funny, Pretty. My notes start and I say, Jeff, I don't think, and we did not communicate about what we're going to say.
No, we didn't.
My notes say, Jeff, I don't think I've ever heard you say no. I think that's a theme that we'd all say, except I will tell you, he said no, because I said, could you sell me the bottle of Jordan for 25 bucks? No, can't do that. So, but, you know, we watched you, Jeff, help so many nonprofits. You've always helped them with their events, helped them meet their fundraising goals. You told me today you've been involved with the Christmas Parade for 20 years. You've kept that alive and well. I thought it was always you that made that Boys and Girls Club Taste of Washington County event work, but I heard now it's your daughter. The one thing is great leaders delegate.
I had a little bit to do with it.
But I think a little bit about that. So, you know, we had a biennial fundraiser and we did a lot of years for the MAC Fund, and my goal was one year we would raise $1 million for the MAC Fund and donate $1 million. And Kenny Reese is here because he probably donated 100,000 of it. And my team was balking at this. Kelly, where are you? He's like, Kevin, that's a stupid idea. He told me that often. So I went to Jeff and said, Jeff, what do you think about raising $1 million to the MAC Fund? You raise it, I'm in, let's go. So, you know, really never said no. And great communities are made up of great people like Jeff Zukowski. And so we are so honored and pleased to present you with the Nelson Award. Congratulations.
Well, my daughter told me on Friday, says, Dad, you know that you have to say something tonight. So I wrote down some notes. I was married in 1982 when the Brewers won the pennant. My wife of 41 years, I was close, has supported me with all that we've done for the community and everything that we've done. She's been very supportive on different nonprofits, like the Boys and Girls, like the food pantry and our church and our school district. She's volunteered consistently, so it's kind of run in the family. The kids got their first taste of volunteering early days of Seafood Fest. When we would go, I would drag them down there and they'd have to work. Well, they didn't work real hard. They were with George Prescott and Jimmy Schumacher. So they went off and I worked and they thought they were working. Sarah's jumped in, as you can see, feet first, and has been volunteering in different organizations in the area and really loves volunteering, loves what we do. and we enjoy it. I mean, it's not that we do it because it's a job, it's because we love our community, we love giving back to our community, we love all of you. Brian's gotten more involved in the beer tastings in the different areas and that, and now he's getting more involved in his community in Kewaskum, and is doing a great job up there. I'm glad that you read off the past winners of this. You didn't go back to the Rolfs and the Bernie Ziegler and Cliff Nelson. One of my biggest regrets is that I didn't know Cliff long enough. I knew Cliff for a few years in this community. He was such a gentleman, so soft-spoken, so giving all the time. And his wife supported him with everything he did. And she is a sweetheart. I've gotten support from my family all this time. I got about 6 more pages to go. This community, you know, the United Way, the word united works for this community a lot because everybody is united here, supporting each other, supporting all the needs of this area. I follow the lead of all the people on the list of the United Way of the Cliff Nelson Award winners, and a lot of other people that aren't mentioned on that list. This is a very tight community. I love this community. Thank you very much for this honor. This means a hell of a lot to me. Thank you very much.
Yes?
We forgot to recognize John.
I know, we just talked about that. John Torita is also a past Nelson recipient. Let's give it up to John. Congratulations again, Jeff. You have certainly inspired all of us, and you truly are one of those champions that have supported, honestly, every single United Way organization through your in-kind for so many years, so thank you on behalf of United Way. We have another special announcement this evening and an award, and I'd like to ask Dominic Lamb and Amanda Novotny to come forward for this special announcement.
Thank you, Kristen. Good evening. My name is Amanda Novotny, and I am the current co-chair for the Washington County United Way Washington County Emerging Leaders. And this is Dominic Ladd. He was the founding co-chair, and now he serves on the United Way board. As West Bend Mutual Associates, we are honored to be here with you this evening. Jeff, congratulations. And now I'm feeling a bit guilty turning you down last week when I picked up your generous donation for the golf outing. I apologize, we will celebrate soon. We're here to tell you about a new award that has been created this year for years in the future. This award is going to someone that has been inspirational to us. It is the Steiner Emerging Leader Award. As many of you know, Kevin Steiner is a longtime loyal supporter of the United Way of Washington County. He is also the reason the United Way of Washington County Emerging Leader Group was created. The United Way of Washington County Emerging Leaders is a group of young professionals who actively participate their time and invest their time, talent, and resources to improve our community by providing opportunities to lead, serve, and grow. Since this group was created in 2017, the members have hit many milestones, one of which we'd like to highlight. It is the United Way of Washington County charity golf outing. We have contributed over $95,000 the last 5 years, soon to be year 6 on September 7th.
And this year we'll get over 100,000.
Yes.
Hey,
Thank you, Amanda. Amanda and I have been lucky enough to witness Kevin's outstanding and infectious leadership style professionally, but also through our involvement in the United Way, specifically as members of the Emerging Leaders Program. One would be hard-pressed to find another leader in the community who has the innate ability to make someone feel important, no matter their position, title, or personality. At West Bend Mutual, we tend to congregate around the coffee stations every morning. And if you're down there, you will hear Kevin talking to many of our associates. And I can bear witness that it doesn't matter if you're a VP, if you're a manager, if you're the dishwasher, if you're the guy who cuts the grass. He's that involved with you and makes you feel like you're important, you matter, and you can make a difference. So what do we envision in the future of this prestigious award? Starting in 2024, the United Way of Washington County will select a recipient who not only embodies the leadership style of Kevin Steiner, but also has proven to be a shining example of what Kevin envisioned when he thought up this group, somebody who's making a difference in the community as well. We can think of the individual as a community leader who has emerged. This year, though, as a token of our appreciation and gratitude for his support, we are going to present Kevin with this year's inaugural award, as it will bear his namesake for years to come.
Thank you, Don. Thank you, Amanda. You are my two favorite associates at West Bend. Ask your boss for a raise. I'll approve it. Gosh, thank you, Kristen. Thank you, United Way Board. Thank you, community. This is a really special award. Very humbling to receive this award and this recognition. Jeff said it, this is a great community. This is a special community. I like to say that this is a community with a big C. We're not a suburb of Milwaukee. We're onto our own, and this community is, Washington County. We never want to forget about Hartford. So this is part of our community. Yes, and so Linda and I are blessed. I've been in this community 30 years, and my first nonprofit assignment was United Way. And I remember John Bykowski telling me, this is a good organization, you should join this. And then, by the way, you should be chair of this organization. And by the way, someday you should chair the campaign. And it's kind of all laid out to you. So it's really been really rewarding to be part of United Way. What pleases me so much about this award is that, and what's most important about this award, that starting in 2024, we're going to recognize one of our emerging leaders. And we're going to do that going forward. And that, to me, is this organization's been in existence for 5 years. The golf fund that they have is sold out. These are all young. I shouldn't say young. We'll take any leader as long as they're emerging, whatever that means. You can all join if you think you haven't emerged yet. Jared, there's an opportunity for you. John, I heard maybe you too. This is just an impressive group of people who have done so much good work in their first 5 years. They, had some tough times during COVID, but they survived. And to me, this award just is more ammunition, more reason that we need to continue to make sure that this organization is alive and well. And so I'm impressed, and the leaders are here. I remember Linda the first time we went to the meeting, it might have been Sandy and Don, and oh my gosh, we walked away. It's like, wow, these are really impressive people. And so I've watched personally these two grow at our company. I've watched them grow both at our company, but as part of Emerging Leaders and what this organization offers. And so I'm so happy that now we get to recognize one of these professionals going forward. And I look forward to next year at this event, recognizing one who is so deserving of this award. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for this recognition. And thank you for supporting United Way. And most importantly, thank you for supporting the United Way Emerging Leaders Organization. Thank you much.
Congratulations, Kevin. We are so thankful for all of your time that you've given to that program, launching the program, your vision to want something better, to grow our next generation of leaders came to life, and it's going to be long lasting. So congratulations again as well. So as we close, I want to remind all of you that we need all of you as the campaign over the next couple months ramps up and hopefully comes to a very, very strong close. We appreciate your help by being strong advocates and leaders. And as said before, as Kevin said, or Kelly said, talk about United Way. We really need your help in getting the word out. The number one reason why people don't give to us is because we just haven't asked, truly. And the number one reason why people do give is we're local. So please help get the word out. We have lots of work to do, but it's all in the United and the United Way. It's amazing how it can come full circle, because when we improve our neighbors' lives, we improve our own. So we're going to end this evening with one of our unveiling of our campaign video. We actually have 4 videos this year. We are so grateful of the partnership with Epic Creative, and they did just an amazing job at capturing just great stories and the storytelling. And so we wanted to end with this just really heartfelt message to you.
This is our son, Voss. He will be 3 in September. In June of 2021, Voss and our family were involved in a pretty serious boat accident. Something fell on top of his head and severely injured him, causing traumatic brain injury.
Voss has a kind of unique head shape right now. They had to remove a portion of skull from Voss's head to allow his brain to swell. So right now, there are two basically like water balloons underneath the surface of the skull. And then so there'll be enough skin created to put the artificial bone in and then to lay that back over the top. So we've gone through a lot. When we were getting discharged from Children's Hospital in Wisconsin, they informed us of the Birth to 3 program in the threshold.
When that phone call came through, that was one where we absolutely needed to drop everything and take that call.
Getting used to having a child with all of these special needs, trying to navigate that new life, I mean, with the help of Birth to 3 coming in and really holding our hands and walking us through the whole process, it was amazing.
So the Birth to 3 program supports families with children under the age of 3 with any sort of developmental delay or significant diagnosis that may affect their development. So we come into the home and provide in-home therapy for a variety of reasons.
Obviously, having a bunch of kids as a mom, you're crazy, right? Everything is going on in every single second. And for them to come into our home and be a part of our family and treat Voss and my other kids as family as well, it has been such a game changer.
The money we get from United Way makes a huge difference in Birth to 3. And without United Way's help, we'd be greatly affected because we would probably not be able to provide as many therapies as we would like for families like Voss's family.
I have a granddaughter that was in that Birth to 3 program. They were able to diagnose that she has a hearing problem, and to this day she has her hearing aids, but she has not lost any educational value because she was diagnosed early.
Those United Way dollars help support any kind of therapies or services that we're providing the family that are not covered by either private or public insurance.
If one was to try to just go put a cost on people coming into our home multiple times a week, I don't really know who could afford something like that. And what it's given Voss and the hope that it's given us for him, it's hard to put in words.
The United Way is such a connector between the nonprofits, the government agencies, the community, and I think that we get the biggest bang for our buck, and that's why we're such big supporters of the United Way.
You never know what's going to happen in your life, and United Way is such a community helping-based program. I've been an affiliated employee for many years, and we've given to United Way. I had no idea that this would in turn help me, and it did.
All of the funding that is given is never enough.
The situation that we kind of ended up in, I'm well versed in holding back the tears, but I can assure you folks out there that are considering donating to the United Way, if you're able to and willing to support a program like this, it's invaluable to our experience, and I'm certain that it would affect things that you care about in a very positive way. If you're looking to help, it's a great way to help.
These stories are real. This is a family from Colgate, one of my neighbors, and I'm asking all of you, let's go out and do the good work to help little Voss right there. So thank you all for coming. Appreciate you and your upcoming support. We do have some fun party gifts as well as you walk out the door. Cindy found some blue M&Ms. They go with the decor and all. It's amazing. So a little small token for all that you do, and truly thank you. We could not do this without your support, and we're looking forward to a great campaign this year. Thank you all.